Good morning. Welcome to Early Morning Krista. I have my glasses so I can't really even see myself in the video. It is 24 and 48 and I am reading my life away. I am keeping track on my stopwatch on my phone because today and tomorrow I'm supposed to try to get 24 hours in. I'm almost an hour and a half so far, and I'm spending time this morning reading China Rich Girlfriend by Kevin Kwan. This is the second book in the trilogy, and I've marked it out by about 50 pages a section so that after every 50 pages I kind of get up and get some things done around the house. I started some laundry. I need to do a bit of cleaning. I just had a good breakfast after the first 50 pages, and the first 50 pages went a little slow because I kept falling asleep. It's not that early. It's probably, I don't even know what time it is right now, but it's probably like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So it's not super early, but it's Saturday and I slept in a little bit. Well, not slept in, but I let myself kind of slowly wake up. But now we are into it. We are reading away. I don't have any plans today, which is awesome because I need to get a good chunk of the reading done today because tomorrow I do have church and then an event after church, and then in the afternoon I'm heading to Washington, D.C. to see Bianca Marais talk about If You Want to Make God Laugh. And I plan on buying the book while I'm there and having her sign it and meeting her in person. I'm very excited about that. So I thought I would just vlog this weekend and maybe into next week as well because it's the reading rush. So we'll see how the vlogging goes. But now it's time to get back to reading so that I can get as much done as I can. Hey friends, I am just about getting ready to go babysit for the evening, but I wanted to just do a quick check-in, and I wanted to come outside because my air conditioning was starting to feel warm in the house, and instead of continuing to turn it lower and lower because it's so hot outside, I thought I would just come outside for a few minutes, get toasty warm so that going back into my cool house would feel a little bit better. Because girls gotta save some money. So I'm determined to not turn it down too low. But I did finish Crazy China Rich Girlfriend today. I've read for just about 7 hours, like 6 hours and 54 minutes or something. And I finished book 2 in this trilogy. Very pleased with that progress since I only have 2 books that I want to read this weekend for the 24 and 48. And yeah, I'm doing good. There's no possible way I'm going to get to 24 hours. And I've decided not to give myself a goal of like how many I want to hit. I just want to keep reading and see how far I get. I'm like sweating. It's really warm out. This was really good. It definitely has the same kind of feel as the first book. Very high powered, high class, elite, rich people spending lots of money, jet setting around the world. There's a little bit more drama in this one because we follow a bunch more of the characters that we met in the first book. And there's some scheming and canoodling and, yeah, surprises along the way. There's definitely a few characters that I like more than others. I am a big fan of Nick and Rachel, the main 2 characters. And I also really like Astrid, Nick's cousin. And then there's a bunch of characters that I just really don't like. Astrid's husband in this one gives me a really bad taste in my mouth. Yeah, just a lot of privilege and condescension and just a totally different lifestyle than what I normally read about or live or know anybody even that lives this way, but it's just a lot of fun to read. So I enjoyed reading this today, and I'm going to continue tonight bringing the 3rd book with me to babysitting, so we'll see how much I get to by the end of the day, but I know tomorrow's going to be busier than today. Oh golly, my hair is wet because I just had a shower. It is toasty out here. Anyways, my day tomorrow is going to be a lot busier than today, so I'm not sure how far I'm going to get as far as getting to 24 hours. We'll see. But that's my check-in for now. I'll talk to you later. Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday morning. I am just about to head to church with my beach hair don't care look. It is a fun day at church today. We're doing the coolest day of summer, which means we have a party after church, and we're going to do some baptisms during church, which are my favorite. I just love baptisms. It always makes me cry seeing people publicly make a commitment to the Lord. I just love it. So then after church, we're having a cookout and a bounce house, and a snow cone truck is coming, and it's going to be awesome. However, I'm not hanging around for very long because I am headed to Washington, D.C. today. It's about an hour and a half drive if traffic is good. I'm hoping. I can't cross my fingers. I'm hoping for good traffic because I'm going to see Bianca Marai, the author of Hum If You Don't Know the Words and If You Want to Make God Laugh. I'm very excited to hear her talk about her books and her inspiration and just get to know her a little bit, and then have her sign my Hum book and buy the next book and have her sign that too. I'm not usually one for like caring much about if a book is signed, but because I already know that I love her as an author, I'm very excited to just hear her and get to know her a little bit more and meet her. It's going to be awesome. But first is church, so I'm headed there now. I am hoping my air conditioning kicks on in my car because it is toasty outside. I am wearing my Dominican, oh, you can't see it. I'm wearing my shirt for the Dominican Republic. We just sold these shirts as a fundraiser for my trip in September. And because it's the coolest day of summer, I get to wear kind of a beachy shirt, wearing my beachy hair. And yeah, it's going to be a great day. Happy Sunday. Oh, reading update. I started an audiobook last night, Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore. It is on my recommendations list for the year, so I knew I wanted to read it. It is a relatively short audiobook. I think it's about 8 hours, so it's on the shorter side of things. And possibly I can get that done today between what I listened to last night. I listened to a little this morning as I was getting ready, and then because I have like an hour and a half to 2 hour drive today, there and back, I'm hoping to knock it out because I do listen to my audiobooks at increased speed. So hopefully I can finish that for 24 and 48. I also have with me Rich People Problems, which is the third book in the trilogy. I'm about 100 pages into that one, and I'm enjoying both. So we'll see what I get read today. I will bring you along as I go to hear Bianca. Hopefully I'll show you a little bit of the shindig at church today, and I'll talk to you later. Happy Sunday.
Which is the most amazing day in South Africa's history because it was the first democratic elections in South Africa as South Africa transitioned from apartheid to democracy. So this was the very first time that black people in South Africa were able to vote. That was the year of the historic Soweto uprisings in South Africa. And the uprising is pretty much one of the events, one of the catalysts that led to the dismantling of apartheid. So an extremely definitive year in South Africa's history. And when thousands of black high school students marched through Soweto in protest of the apartheid government, they did so peacefully, but it didn't matter because the South African police opened fire on these children with live ammunition, killing more than 100 of them, some of them as young as 9, 10 years old. And on the same day, while this was taking place, a mere 20 miles away from where this travesty was occurring, my care as a 5-month-old black baby, my care as a 5-month-old white child had been entrusted to one of the very people that the apartheid government had decided was less than human. And that was my maid, Eunice. Now you notice the piece I read had the gogo, who was 94 years old, called Eunice. And that's because when I was writing this book, Eunice was 94 years old. Eunice turned 96 2 months ago, and I wanted her name in this book. So even though my first novel was inspired by Eunice and dedicated to her, I wanted her to be in this novel as well. So Eunice cared for me, left her own 5 children behind in the Bantu homeland of the Transkei to be raised by somebody else, while she moved to Johannesburg and not only raised someone else's children, but the children of the oppressor, pretty much. And how Eunice was able to do that was so much love, no trace of bitterness, no anger. I will never know. Even after writing Home If You Don't Know the Words, which was dedicated to her and a way for me to try and understand her journey, to this day, I still don't understand it. Now fast forward to 2000. It was the June of 2000, and I watched on television during the 13th annual AIDS conference. And I watched as this tiny little black boy stood up on stage to speak to this huge delegation of people. And he said, "Hi, my name is Nkosi Johnson. I am 11 years old and I have full-blown AIDS. I was born HIV positive." He was wearing a new suit that was way too big for him. And despite how dapper this little boy looked, he was very clearly terminally ill. And despite his frailty, he summoned enough strength to look down from the stage at the South African president. At that time was President Thabo Mbeki. He was an AIDS denialist. He'd gone on record saying HIV does not cause AIDS. And to this day, he hasn't taken that back. And he caused so many people to die because of that. And this tiny little 11-year-old boy looked down at President Thabo Mbeki and appealed to him to please make ARVs, or at that point it was AZT, available to pregnant HIV positive mothers to prevent them from passing HIV on to their unborn children, because his own mother had passed away when he was just 7 years old. And in the middle of Nkosi's speech, President Thabo Mbeki and his huge delegation did the unthinkable. They all got up and left. They walked out while this child was speaking. And as an adult, if that happened to me, I would be so flustered. I would freak the hell out. This child just carried on speaking with such composure and such sincerity that it blew me away. Suddenly, between her and Nkosi Johnson, this disease that had always felt so far removed, suddenly had a very, very human face.
How did you come up with the title?
Good question. So I don't know if you're aware of this, but authors often don't get to keep the titles that we come up with for our books. So often we will submit a title to our publishers and they will go, "Well, that's lovely, but no." So I was really lucky with my first novel, which was a lengthy title, Home If You Don't Know the Words, and I got to keep that. And then when I finished that book, I started writing a sequel to that novel. And the sequel to that novel was actually called If You Want to Make God Laugh. But my publisher wasn't ready to publish that book. And then when I wrote this book, it had another title, which I think is amazing. And when I say it to you now, feel free to ooh and ah, just to tell me that it's amazing. But my publisher hated it. And that was Shooting Stars and Mason Jars. No, you're not supposed to laugh. You're supposed to go, "That's amazing." My publisher said, it sounds like an American South romance novel. So but when you read this book, there will be a line where it says Shooting Stars and Mason Jars, and you will be able to go, "Ha, that's where she got this awful title from."
So is this phrase in the book?
Yes.
This book? Okay.
So every book I write, the title of the book ends up as a phrase in the book, so you will get there. It's later than If You Don't Know the Words, so you will find it much later, but it is there. Yeah. And I mean, it comes from that saying, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Yes. And these characters have got so many plans, but I mean, life's like that. We can have the best of intentions, we can make the most wonderful plans, and suddenly, things happen that are completely outside of our control. But what I love about the characters in this book is there's so many things that are outside of their control, but it's how they take back control.
It is really hot in my car, so I'm gonna sit here a minute and let the air conditioning hop on while I wait to go home. I just finished seeing Bianca Murray, as you could see from some of the footage I'm gonna put in, but she signed both of my books. I just bought If You Want to Make God Laugh, and she signed Hum If You Don't Know the Words for me. She's the most lovely person. I'm so thrilled that I got to meet her and hear about her inspiration and a little bit of her process and just get to know her a little bit. It was definitely worth the drive to come and hear her. I really love listening to authors, and I need to do it more. I wish Richmond had more authors that I'm familiar with come to our independent bookstores. I need to pay attention a little more and get on some email lists so that I find out when they're coming, because it's just the best, and she's the best, and we're the same age. And she writes really cool books, and I'm very excited because she said her next book that she's writing is actually a psychological thriller, which is a veer away from the genre of these ones, which are more historical fiction. So I'm very excited that I came today. It was definitely worth every moment, and I also found some more books. Of course, I went to an indie bookstore, so I had to buy some books, right? But I found some on the sale shelf. I bought If You Want to Make God Laugh regular price, but then I found this edition of Betsy, Heavens to Betsy and Betsy in Spite of Herself. I would love to collect all of these ones, but this was only $7.50, which is cool. And then I found a hard copy of Recursion. It was just 10 bucks. It was on the sale shelf. It is in perfect condition, and it's a brand spanking new book, and I found it for $10, which is more than I typically pay, which you guys know, but still, it's a brand new book, $10. I'm so excited. Yay.
I am tuckered out. It's only, I think, 8:51, and I want to go to bed. I might just go to bed because I'm tired. It's hot. I read a total of 13 hours and 45 minutes for the 24 and 48. I say that's a win. That's a lot of reading in 2 days. I completely finished China Get Rich Girlfriend, and I completely finished Mr. Penumbra's 24-hour bookstore on audio while I was driving around today, and I picked up Rich People Problems tonight to read for a little bit before bed, and I just am not in the mood for it. So I think what is going to happen is that I'm going to put it off until the last couple days of July, because Reading Rush starts tomorrow, and I have a whole bunch of books that I'm excited about for that, and I'm not including Rich People Problems in Reading Rush reading. So I might just set it down until the end of the month. I think there's like 2 or 3 days left after Reading Rush ends. I should be able to finish it out before the end of July. That's the plan. But for now, this girl is going to maybe go watch a Friends episode in bed because I'm sleepy and my nose is running and I need a big glass of water because I'm super thirsty. But that is it for 24 and 48. 13 hours. I think or almost 14 hours. I think that's the smallest. I think I've done it 2 other times, and that's the smallest amount that I've read. But I feel like I've read a lot this weekend. So, I don't know. I finished 2 books in 2 days, so that's a win. I'm counting it as a win. All right, I am pretty sure I'm just going to carry this on into Reading Rush, this vlog, so I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good morning, friends. It is Tuesday morning, day 2 of the Reading Rush. This is definitely a come as you are moment. It's 8 o'clock. I woke up about a half hour ago. I had my bangs pinned up yesterday, so they're just up there today. I'm going to have a shower in a little bit, but I didn't check in yesterday, so I thought I would check in real quick. I didn't get that much reading done, but the first 2 books that I started with is Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe, and I read about 35 pages of that yesterday. I really like it. It's interspersed with 1980s, where this older woman is telling stories of her childhood and youth. She lives in a nursing home, and this woman comes to visit. She's just telling the story. So we're kind of getting flashbacks of the Whistle Stop Cafe and her time in this town, interspersed with 1929, 1930s little snippets of a newsletter that one woman wrote. So it's like just little snippets of life at the time. So it's like so and so got a cat and a meteor landed on this person's house and now they're arguing about who the meteor belongs to and they're going to put it on display at the Whistle Stop Cafe. Just silly little snippets of life. Well, I guess a meteor landing in your house is not that silly, but it feels kind of on the ridiculous side, but in a fun way. So I'm really enjoying this, but still only 35 pages in. I have to look today to put it on hold at my libraries. I have to find the movie because I'm not sure where I'm going to get that from, but this is the one I want to watch the movie of. And then last night I also started Jane of Lantern Hill, and this is what I'm starting with this morning by L.M. Montgomery. Very sweet story. Jane is a young girl. She's 11 years old, 10 or 11 years old, lives with her mother and grandmother and an old aunt as well. Her grandmother is very, very controlling and not very kind. Her mother is very much like a pushover and does whatever grandmother wants. And so Jane is very stifled and isn't allowed to run and laugh and play and be a little kid. The father is MIA. We don't know anything about the father, but the big story of this is that the father's going to come into the picture and invite Jane to come to Prince Edward Island to stay with him for the summer. So she does live in Toronto right now with grandma and mother, but eventually the dad's going to come in the picture. He's not there yet. Again, I'm only 45 pages into this one, so I did not get very much reading done last night. The Bachelorette happened. And yeah, I just didn't get much reading done yesterday. So today I do not have to work, and it's supposed to be a cool, rainy day. I'm hoping for a snippet of no rain so I can go outside and just go for a walk in the 70s. It's going to be gorgeous after weeks and weeks of 90-degree weather. Since I've come home from Turkey, it was hot in Turkey, and then since I've been home, it's just been really, really hot here. So I have not done any like walking or going outside or pretty much anything like that. So interspersed with my reading and cleaning of my house, I'm gonna go for a walk, hopefully. We'll see. But it's gonna be a good day. Happy day 2 of the reading rush. I will definitely check in later. Hi friends, here I am in my same location, my reading chair. It is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday. I did not have to work today, and I had a super productive day so far. I vacuumed, I went through my mail pile, I cleaned the bathroom, I cleaned my bedroom, which was a bomb explosion in there, and I finished Jane of Lantern Hill. Yay! This is my third non-Anne Ella Montgomery book, and I loved it. I think that's a little too bright. Let me go this way. And I absolutely loved it. Jane is a very sweet, she's a 10 or 11-year-old girl who is very stifled in her grandmother's house, lives there with her mother, doesn't know anything about her father until one day a letter comes from her father requesting her to spend the summer with him on Prince Edward Island. She goes and her life is forever changed, and I absolutely loved it. It was so sweet. I loved Prince Edward Island. I love Ella Montgomery's descriptions and the whimsy and like somewhat not, I don't want to say magical. It's just so lovely. The descriptions of the shore and the flowers and the garden and the little house that they find and the friends and the people in the town that she moves to. I just absolutely loved it, and I loved the story of Jane. It's pretty slow moving. It doesn't have a lot of action points, but it was very sweet. And I'm very glad to have another Ella Montgomery in my belt, and I can't wait to read more from her. Now, it's only 3 o'clock. I have volleyball tonight. My bangs are getting long. I need to trim them. I have volleyball tonight from 7 to 9, but other than that, I have lots of reading time. So I'm going to try to do about 100 pages of fried green tomatoes to continue making my way through this. I have not picked this up since yesterday. And then I also think I want to start getting into Assassin's Quest. Since this is the chunkiest of all the books that I picked this week, I need to be making progress in it throughout the week. I like I said before, I don't think I'll finish it this week, but I do want to get maybe at least halfway, if not more. And who knows, it may just be the right time and I might fly through it. We'll see. But first, I'm going to pick this one up and read about 100 more pages and hopefully get some of this read before volleyball at 7. So, thankfully I don't have to make dinner. It's leftovers is the order of the day. I'm trying to clean out my fridge a bit, so I'm having leftovers today and I'm totally fine with that. And it's a rainy, like, drizzly day, which we need. It's very cool. Actually, maybe I'll grab a blanket and go read on the porch for a little bit just to enjoy the cool weather. It almost felt cold outside when I went out a little earlier. It was wonderful. I did not get out for a walk because it's just been raining and raining all day, which we need. My poor garden has not produced really any vegetables this year because we've been very lax at watering it, and it's been so hot. Oh well. Back to the reading. I'll check in before the end of the day. Bye!
Good morning. Happy day 4 of the reading rush. I don't think I checked in very much yesterday. I can't even remember yesterday. I still have only finished one book. Oh, I'm out on a walk. I'm working today for a little bit this morning. So I'm taking the baby for a walk because it's just gorgeous outside. But I still have only finished one book, Jane of Lantern Hill. But today my goals are to finish 2. I would really like to finish Fried Green Tomatoes, and I really want to start and finish the Care and Feeding of a Pet Black Hole. I forget the official title of it, but you know, because I've talked about it before. But hoping to read both of those today and just have a great Thursday. I woke up with a killer headache today, which is no fun. But hopefully drinking some water, getting some exercise, and the day going on will help that to go away. I didn't take anything, but I probably should have done that this morning. That's okay. Just wanted to check in because it's so beautiful out. My hair goes crazy in the breeze. Whatever. It's a beautiful day. I hope that you guys are having a great day. Well, you won't see this, but till it's after. Hope you did have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Well, it is the end of day 4, Thursday. Yes, day 4 of Reading Rush. And I just finished Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. So this completes 2 more of the challenges because it has more than 5 words in the title. And I'm planning on watching the video. I'm waiting for it to arrive. I put it on hold at the library, so I need to wait for that to arrive. But this is my 2nd book finished of the week and my 3rd challenge. So tomorrow I will bring to work with me Assassin's Quest and Maisie Dobbs. I'll start both of them at work. I was hoping to also finish the Care and Feeding of a Pet Black Hole today. I did start it, but that is the one I'm going to be reading in one spot, so I can't bring that to work with me. But that's a pretty short one. I'll definitely finish that tomorrow evening, and then we'll see if I can finish Maisie Dobbs before the end of the week. I definitely will not finish Assassin's Quest, but I'm making progress on everything, and that feels really good. I had a monster headache today, which was no fun. But I did finally take some Excedrin migraine tonight. I don't know why I waited so long. I should have taken it earlier in the day. But I have this back massager roller thing that I used and put some essential oils on my neck, which helped, I think, ease some of the pain. And then I took some Excedrin migraine, which of course helps. But yeah, so it was a good day. I probably read like 250 pages of this today. I was doing good. So I'm glad to have another book checked off for the reading rush. Now it is about 10:40 and definitely time for me to go to bed. I work tomorrow. I'm watching the baby, so I'm going to have 2 nap times that I get to do some reading. So hopefully I'll make a little progress. I also filmed a video today that I would like to edit and upload scheduled for Saturday. So hopefully I can work on that a little bit tomorrow as well. Yeah. I love seeing everybody's vlogs, but my subscription feed is so jam-packed full that I just can't possibly watch all of them. So good on y'all for doing your daily vlogs. I didn't even think about trying to do daily vlogs because I don't do the other challenges like the Instagram challenges or the video challenges. I don't really participate in those because I just
personally want to do the reading challenges, and I love the reading challenges, so that's what I stick with. I haven't done any Twitter sprints or anything like that, but I think so far I would say that I'm having a pretty successful reading rush. I would like to have finished one more book today as well, but that's okay. Since I'm not planning on reading 7 books, I'm okay with having finished 2. I have started Assassin's Quest and I have started the Pet Black Hole one, so I'm making progress, and that's good. But now I'm rambling and it's time for bed. I'll check in tomorrow. So this vlog is going to be pretty boring. I'm always sitting in the same spot. It is Friday evening, 7:30. I just ran some errands after work, and now I'm getting ready to hunker down and just read. I thought I was going to have most of the day tomorrow to read, but I decided to go on a tubing adventure down the James River, and it's going to be an all-day activity. I'm meeting my friends at 10:30, and then we drive for about an hour and a half to the town that we are going to rent inner tubes. Then they drive us in a bus up 5 miles, and then we float down the river back to where our cars are. It's fantastic. And then after that, we stay for happy hour drinks and dinner at a restaurant. So it's going to be a super long day tomorrow, but it's going to be a gorgeous day and the perfect day for something like this. So no reading is going to happen whatsoever, other than maybe a little in the morning and maybe a little at night. And I will throw a book in my backpack in case my car ride gets boring and I can bust out a book. But I didn't get a chance to read last year, and I doubt that I will again this year. So we'll see. But for tonight, the goal is to finish The Care and Feeding of a Pet Black Hole. I did at work today I got started with Maisie Dobbs. I read the first 2 chapters maybe, but then I was kind of feeling like Assassin's Quest, so I picked this up and read like 50 pages or so. Let me see where I'm at. Yeah, I'm on page 64. So I read about 50 pages of this one today. 50 pages is so tiny. Look, it's just this little tiny bit right here. This one's going to take me a while. But I am really liking getting back into this story, even though Fitz is driving me nuts at the beginning of this one. But he's been through some traumatic stuff from the first 2 books, and he's still just a young man and has a lot of growing up to do in a lot of ways, and I hope that happens in this book. But it's really just starting to pick up. The first 60 pages or so were all really kind of introduction and not too much recap from the last book, but a little bit of, hey, remember, this is what happened. So yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing on with that. So what I think I'm going to do is set a timer for 15 minutes and start with this one. If I'm invested in it, I'll just stick with it and finish it and knock it out. It's really should be pretty quick. It's middle grade. So I may check back in teary-eyed, ugly crying, because that's fully what I expect with this one. We'll see. And then if I'm not into it, then I'll just set a timer and kind of rotate through these tonight until something really captures my attention, and then maybe I'll stick with that. So we'll see. I have nothing else to do. It's a Friday night, and I'm home yet again. Story of my life. But that's good, since I'm going to be gone most of the day tomorrow. I need the time of quiet so that I can have fun tomorrow. All right, I probably will check in at the end of the night and let you know how much reading I got done. The goal, let me think. It would be nice to be able to finish 200 pages tonight. Maybe? We'll see. I'll let you know. Well, I'm just coming home from a fun day today. I think I mentioned last night that I was going tubing today. So I left my house around 10, a little before 10 this morning, and drove to meet up with some friends, and we went inner tubing down the James River today. And it was like a 2.5 to 3 hour just float down the river. And we had lunch. We pulled over to the side and ate lunch together. And then the town that we go do this in is about an hour drive away, a little more than an hour drive away. So we stay in that town, and my happy hour was some ice cream. A couple of my friends, we stopped at a brewery for a little bit, and a couple of them had a beer,
I don't like beer, so I had some ice cream for happy hour. And then we, that light is so creepy. That street light there just like goes on and off sporadically. It's weird. But then we go out to dinner and I just got home. So I am headed inside. It's about 9 o'clock, which is awesome. I get a little bit of time to read, hopefully for like 2 hours. I need to look over my lesson I'm teaching the kids at church tomorrow. But I haven't read very much today. I think I read for 15 minutes this morning of Maisie Dobbs. But then I watched a Friends episode while I was getting ready and eating breakfast and all that stuff. So yeah, I need to get some reading done today. Definitely don't have a goal or anything. We'll see how much I stay awake. I'm kind of tired and I need a shower, but thought I would just check in a little. It's kind of dark out here tonight. I don't know if you could hear those sirens. I wonder what that was all about. But yeah, I'll check in right before bed and let you know how much I got read. Well, good morning. It is Monday, July 29th. The reading rush is over, and I forgot to film anything yesterday. So I don't have a final clip of my reading from yesterday. What did I do yesterday? I went to church in the morning, and then I did some shopping, and then I basically read and relaxed. I filmed and edited one video. I have another one ready to go for my TBR for August. But I did finish reading Maisie Dobbs, which I'm so thrilled because that means all 4 books that I wanted to read for Reading Rush, plus a little bit in Assassin's Quest. I didn't even get close to halfway with that one, but I did finish all 4 books. So I finished Maisie Dobbs, The Care and Feeding of a Pet Black Hole, I finished Jane of Lantern Hill, and I finished, oh golly, what was the 4th one? Oh, Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. So I completed 5 of the 7 challenges. I did not read a book with a non-human main character because that was Assassin's Quest, and I didn't even get close to halfway. And I did not finish the book that I wanted to read last year. Sorry, I'm at work and there's a little nugget right there. She's the only one awake. Her brothers and sisters are still sleeping. So I did finish 4. I'm very pleased with my reading during the week. I did not, as you probably know, I did not participate in any of the Instagram or video challenges. I did strictly the reading challenges, and I'm okay with that. I'm very happy with the reading that I got done, so that's it. This is my reading rush wrap up. I will still do an end of the month wrap up because there's a few things that I read before the reading rush, and I'm still working on rich people problems. That's what I brought with me to work today. So hopefully I get a little bit of that done today. I'll definitely finish it before the end of the month. So I'll do my wrap up at the end of the month, but this is it for this really long vlog. If you stuck with it, good for you. I brought back a couple of treats, just very little things from Turkey. So if you've stuck through this vlog all the way to the end and you leave a comment down below, I'm gonna pick one name to send a little treat to. So this is like an impromptu giveaway. I'm not putting it in the title or anything like that. Just for those of you who stuck it out all the way to the end, I'm gonna send you something from Turkey. So hopefully you did, because that'll be fun. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Comment down below about anything. I love chatting with you down there. I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye.